Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Right into what we're discussing today. Today is another book review video. If you haven't seen the old one, I'll put the link in the description box so you can get to it. But today I have one of my very amazing friends here today, and she's going to be talking about her top 5 reads. Video I talked about my top 5 reads in 2020, but she's going to be talking about 5 books that you have to read. And when I say you have to listen to this, you have to listen to this because Joy is that one person that reads voraciously. Like Joy, she loves to read. So if there's anybody's book reviews you should take, it's Joy. Some of the best books I've read in my life, Joy recommended them to me. So I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to let you hear from Joy herself. So yeah.
Hi guys, and welcome to Oreva's YouTube channel. I'm just a guest. I'm just a guest. Hi, my name is Joy EHIZUENLEN. I am a writer, a medical student, and an avid reader. I have an Instagram page where I review books. It's called the Bibliophile. So it's at _ the Bibliophile __. Sorry, there are lots of underscores. But yeah, it's at _ the Bibliophile __. And basically what I do is just review books that I see online that I decide to read, or books that are recommended to me by people. So if there's a book you would like me to read and review for you, please do not hesitate to slide into my DMs and let's get talking. Okay, I've read a lot of books this year. How many of them are so nice? And comprising it into 5 was a heckling task for me, but I overcame. I'm an overcomer. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give some honorable mentions. You can check my review of all of these books that I'm going to talk about on my Instagram page, and just see just read what I thought about every of these books. But yeah, let's do it. So for honorable mentions, When Breath Becomes Air. Man, this book was so sad because the author was actually dying of cancer as he was writing this book. In fact, the last chapter he was too weak to continue, so his wife actually wrote the last chapter, and then he died shortly after. But it's just a book where he talks about mortality, what you do with the rest of your life. It's a lovely book. I don't want to give too much away, but I would totally recommend it. Next on my honorable mentions list is I'm Telling the Truth But I'm Lying by Basi Ikpe. It's a book where she talks about her struggle with bipolar disorder too. First of all, not even knowing what it was and what was wrong with her in the first place, and then finally meeting a psychiatrist who gives her diagnosis, trying to find drugs. Basically, you're reading it from the lens of somebody who's living with a mental disorder, and just day to day and day by day workings of that. It is a lovely book. Shout out to Basi Ikpe because she actually commented on my review of her book. Mwah, a sweetheart. Next is Black Sunday. Black Sunday by Tola Rotimi Abraham. I hope I'm right with the name. I think that's the name of the author. That's another great book. I don't want to spoil much, but it's my type of book. To be honest, that book is my type of book. That's the kind of book that I like. A book where everybody has dabaru, everybody has sports. They're all just like bread. That's my type of book. I totally recommend that. And last but definitely not least on my list of honorable mentions is Travelers by Helen Habila. There's no book by Helen Habila that I don't like. That man, he usually do right. He do right. He's a writer. He's a great writer. Go and check it out. Very short, precise, concise, and also really sad. I said I have a thing for books that are so sad. Okay, but now let's get into the main list. Okay. Without further ado, without much of an ado, let's start. Number 5. The name of the book is Questions for Ada. Actually, I thought that this book was fiction or something, but it's actually a book of poems. And it's a lovely, lovely, lovely book. It deals with feminism, it deals with love, it deals with colorism, it deals with healing, it deals with living in diaspora. It's just, the book touched me in my, where's my left side? In my left side, in my heart, in my ventricles. He do touch me. He do touch me. He do sorry. I can't focus. Okay, so like I said, the book deals with a lot of things. My favorite quote from that book is, "Do not drown yourself in a man. He will leave you struggling to breathe." The book just really encourages women to be themselves, to love themselves, to not be so immersed in trying to please anybody, the least of all men, and it encourages you as a woman to be yourself. If I had the opportunity, I would have highlighted all the lines in that book. That's how much that book really resonated with me. So I totally recommend it. So number 4, we have Easy Motion Tourist. You guys, this book. Hi, let me sit down and balance. Book and doom. This book is sweet. This book, mwah. Oh, juicy. Oh, scrumptious. Oh, nice. Oh, tantalizing. This book, you know what I'm talking about? Buzz. This book has it. This book has everything. Action, murder. Hey, no, Shanumi. Murder. He has it. Action, murder. What is the thing? Politicians doing bad things, and a woman caught in the web of it all. See, when I was reading this book, me, I already know who is the character that is going to act it when they decide that they're going to make this book into a movie, which I really hope that they do actually. It's a really, wow, that's switch, which I really hope that they do actually, because it's a really, really, really good book. I mean, this book has a sequel. Yeah, it does have a sequel. It's called When Trouble Sleeps, which is actually also another really good one, but I particularly like Easy Motion Tourist. Guys, you guys, the bass boss in this book, the bass boss. It talks about prostitution, it talks about murder, it talks about politics, everything inside this book, guy. And then the girl in the middle, I already know who's gonna play her. You could say she's not a good actress, but I don't care. I believe she's one of the best. And this is what he told me. Perfect. Perfect for this role. I already know. I just need them to come and text me to tell me that who do I think is going to be the character. In fact, do you know I already know who's going to produce and direct this thing? It's Ant Hill Studios that will do the production. Don't worry. Let me not talk too much about this book. This book, go and read it. They come and testify in the comment section on my Instagram. Moving on to number 3. Oh my god, number 3, I have The Joys of Motherhood. Now, okay, for all of you who don't know, actually, every time I read a book, I actually don't know, like, what the synopsis is. Like, all the books I have read, I have never known, like, what the book is about. I just see a book, maybe because you know the way Instagram does on your explore page, if you're into a certain kind of thing, your explore page will be filled with people who are also interested in that kind of thing. So if I see, maybe for example, a book club and I like books I'm reading this month, I'll be like, oh, that looks good, let me just get the book and read and review. So all these books I'm talking about, I did not know what the book or what these books were about before I started reading them. That's number 1. Number 2, Buchi Emecheta is one of my favorite authors after Chibundu Onuzo. Shout out to Chibundu. She's great, she's amazing, she's lovely, I love her. She's so beautiful. Anyway, but Buchi Emecheta is like my second favorite author, and I'm sad that growing up I actually didn't read her books. I read a lot of other books, but just a lot of other African literature books, but just never anyone by Buchi Emecheta. And you guys, so when I saw the title and I saw The Joys of Motherhood, I really thought that she meant like actual joys. Let me just tell you that there is not a singular joy in this book. Nothing is joyful in this book. Everything is sad, this Tabaru. Everything is sad. Everything is like bread. Everything is just dash. In this book, the joys was actually, a sarcastic one. It was a play on words because what didn't this woman go through? What didn't she go through? Everything. You know that thing, I think it's an African thing where you don't have joy in your life, and you feel like that you can fill that void by having lots of children, and that these children will now be the ones to fill that void and bring that joy that you lack in your life. That is what exactly was basically happening in this book. The children didn't really bring much joy in the life of this woman. No, no. By the end of this book, I felt very, very hollow and very empty. And I think that this book was personal to me because growing up and even up to now, I have a deep fear of parenting, a deep fear of motherhood. And this book just really, man, it did something to me, man. To get too personal on this YouTube channel because it's not really that deep. But this book really got to me. It confirmed so many fears that I had about and still have about motherhood. Buchi Emecheta is or was, because she's dead now, but was an amazing writer, and I recommend all of her books to everyone. It's simple, it's easy to follow, there's no convolution. It's the book made me so happy. It's a lovely book. I absolutely recommend. Moving on. Number 2, I have Tomorrow Died Yesterday. You guys, I think that I have a knack for all these books that are just so sad. Because you guys, this book, hey, I'm just thinking about the book. This book talks about, it chronicles the lives of 4 friends, and 4 friends who grew up in Rivers State, who grew up in a really, really small town. Should I call it a town or a village? A really, really small village in Rivers State, who grew up when the oil miners came and started doing a lot of things to their land, and causing lots of environmental pollution, and just basically how their lives, it just chronicled their lives growing up in that kind of environment. That kind of environment when you're dealing with environmental issues, when you're dealing with corruption, when you're dealing with a lot of things like that, as a young boy, can tend to shape how you view the world, especially as you get older. And that's exactly what it did to these 4 boys. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a chapter where that really tells the story of what caused the 4 of them to be what they now ended up being. And I cried. This book made me cry. And he also for me, really reiterated lots of things that we don't know as Nigerians about what's really going on in this our Nigeria. There are lots of things that people don't know about, especially in Bayelsa, in places like that where oil mining is a thing, and nobody really knows about oil fracking. Nobody really knows about the environmental consequences that these things can do, especially when it's done illegally. So yeah, just read this book, man, and just let me know what you think. It was something. It did me tinny in my chest. So number 1 I felt after I finished this book was anger at the world and the injustice of it all. But this book made me really, really angry. And I guess why I was also really angry was it was sort of a semi-autobiography where Buchi talks about this character emigrating to the United States when she was really young. I think she got married at like 15, 16 in this book. But Buchi Emecheta herself got married at 16. And I think the character also got married at 16. And having to be married with a man. You know when they talk about the NFA, no future ambition. That is who the man is in this book. Man does not have ambition. This woman was basically sponsoring his life. And the reason she even went to the United States in the first place was because of education, which she never got to have. And she said she found that she had a knack for writing and decided to explore it. And this man, This man was so wicked, you guys. Wickedness lies in the hearts of men. This man was wicked. That's all I'm going to say. This book angered me. It made me cry. I felt really sad, just the book did things to me. I totally recommend it. It is the favorite book that I have read this year so far. I'm still reading books, so who knows? It might change by December. But for now, Second Class Citizen is my favorite book. Not really just in this year, to be honest, but in a really, 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 really long time. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing book that I absolutely recommend. Please, you guys check out these books and leave a comment and like and subscribe to Oreva's YouTube channel, and also follow me on my book review page. And just, if there's any book in particular that you want me to read and review for you, I will do it at no cost, just because I love to read. I'll start charging shower when I blow. But anyway, I hope you have a lovely day, and you keep reading, guys, because reading is fun and reading is good and reading is good. I said that twice. I'm not sure why. But have a lovely day, guys. Bye.